Welcome to today's section. Yeah, we'll be bonding and getting to know ourselves for the next few hours. We promise to make it fun, we promise to make it engaging. So it won't be just me talking in the course of this interaction. So it's going to be a two-way thing. So, and I like the fact that, like I said earlier, we know the path that we want to take in our transition journey. So before I proceed, where have we gotten to? How far have we come as regards transition? Are we still outside, or we are still trying to make inquiries on that? Or it's looking interesting and you want to just get into it? Caleb, okay, project management, Caleb, oh, that's good. That's a very good one. So for those of us that have decided on the career path that we want to transition, so has the journey been so far? Okay, I have Chika, Loretta, project management. Okay, good. Vincent, you know you're in my face like this. I will call you here. We don't hide. Everybody will come outside. So hi, Vincent. Can you hear me where you are?
I can hear you.
Okay, very good. So how's the journey been so far? Where are you on your journey to transitioning?
So I'll be honest with you, I'm on the fence.
Okay, so what
most of my career has been predominantly IT based anyway.
Okay.
Currently, I am working as an infrastructure engineer for one of the retail chains here in the UK. Okay. But I've been interested in cybersecurity lately because of certain changes that I've been observing in the workplace and discussions with a few friends. So it's something I'm thinking of pivoting to long term, but I am yet to decide. So I'm looking for that, I would say, push or motivation to really dig in and get started, more or less.
Okay. Welcome on board. We'll push you. Welcome. All right. Joshua, where are you on your journey?
Like what Vincent said, I would say I'm still sitting on the fence. Yeah.
Wait, it's like you and Vincent, you and neighbors are sitting on the same fence. The fence should not follow.
Not really. I work in healthcare. I'm a public health professional.
Okay.
But I want to go into tech, actually, to be data analyst in healthcare. So I'll be seeing some changes as well, and I think it's of high demand right now. So okay, let me switch a bit instead of just relying on public health thinking or following one path where everybody actually is following. So healthcare in data analysis is kind of what I'm suggesting or what I'm looking at.
Okay, that's a good one. Don't worry. We'll carry you there. We'll remove you from the fence and take you to your destination. All right. So, yeah. Happiness. Hi, Happiness. I'm sorry, there's nobody we hide here. We have to all of us come out, except you tell me. Well, let me not tell you what you tell me so that people don't start typing it. Hi, Happiness. Where are you on your journey?
So basically, it's something that's new and to me, basically. So I'm in document control management, and I'm looking to move on to design management in the long term.
Oh, yeah. Sounds interesting. That means your creativity must be like top notch, right?
Not basically design management in general, but focus on construction industry.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. Hi, Loretta. Loretta, something just told you I will call you, Abby. Hi, Loretta. Okay. I think Loretta is busy. Hi, Charles. Yes, go ahead. Your hand is up. Charles, you have the floor. Your hand is up. Go ahead, please.
Oh, sorry, my mic was off. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so basically, I'm all the way in retail now, managing in retail. Okay. And I'm a graduate of MSc Computing. So I want to, the challenge has been actually finding time for myself to apply for jobs in my field, because I want to transition into data analytics with specific discipline in the financial sector. So when I saw the ad on Instagram and seeing that I could get real world experience. Can you hear me?
All right, that's not a problem. We will get to solve the problem that you're currently thinking it's a problem right now, the real world experience that you're looking to get. So the transition journey will be a smooth one. So just stay with us, don't go anywhere. Okay. Like our radio stations will stay. Can you hear me, Charles?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So like the radio stations will say, sit back, relax, right? And stay on this journey with us. Hi, Uche. Yes, your hand is up. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, Joanne.
Hello, Uche. Are you speaking? If you we can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm
Hi,
speaking.
Uche.
Can
Go
you hear
ahead.
me?
Good evening.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm into cybersecurity.
I can hear you clearly, please. Go ahead.
I'm into cybersecurity. About the reasons why I connected to this program was because you said they want to talk about the difference between data analytics and project management. Now, my first question I want to know if is project management actually a tech course?
Do like this. We'll find out together. Okay?
All right.
We'll find out. Let us not throw everything aside before we reach the house.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. No problem. Okay. So everyone that has spoken, I know some of us are going to hide at the corner so that I'll not call them. Don't worry. It will go around. If it doesn't go around in this phase, it will go around in the next phase. Okay. So let's just get straight into the reason why we're here today. Okay, no, let me take one more person before we go into that. Hi, Modupe. Modupe Ore. Hi, Modupe Ore. Can you hear me?
Hi, hello, I can hear you. Hi, Joanne, I can hear you.
Okay, good evening. So I want to find out where you are on your journey so we know whether we are working together or we are faster than each other.
Let me say, I'm behind.
You're behind where?
Okay.
Let's do.
Okay, fine. My journey started with philosophy. At the moment, I'm doing PR and comms, and I'm hoping to do something else because I'm not seeing myself in PR and comms.
It's not sweet, Abby.
I'm not seeing myself.
That spark is not there. It's missing.
It's not there. It's not there. You know, when you are doing a course and you are enjoying it and the feeling, the passion, everything is there. But for this course, it is missing. It's not there.
So you're looking for that sugar, that small sugar that will put inside. That will make it just balance.
Yeah. Or possible, I might even transition to something else. But I'm still looking.
Something else like what? Okay.
Okay. I'm still looking at, but personally, I love creativity and I love working with children. Oh, something like teaching. Yeah, I love creativity and I love like teaching. They call it teaching or instructing. You know, the two.
Okay. We'll look for it. We'll look for it on this journey. All right. So for everyone that has spoken and told us where they are, I say well done. Don't worry. We're still here to hold each other's hand before one person decides to drop it. But I would advise you don't drop the hand yet. Okay, so let's just get into the reason why we're here today. Okay, so today we'll be looking at business analyst versus project manager, the key strategies to landing a job in the UK. What is business analysis and what is project management? Does it sound strange? Have you heard it before? Not to worry. You would find out and you realize that you've been doing a bit of business analysis here and there and also project management in the course of your journey. But before we go into that, who are we? We are Amdari. We're an innovative platform that is designed to revolutionize how aspiring professionals build career in practical experience. We have one mission, which is what? Bridge the gap between theoretical learning and real-world experience by providing users with real-life end-to-end practical and hands-on projects in data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, product design, DevOps, SOC, threat intelligence, cloud and app security, GRC, ethical hacking, and pen testing. What we have one vision, which is what? To revolutionize the way people acquire industry knowledge and experience. And from all the transitioning careers that has been listed before now, you would find out that everything that you stated, we offer it as courses, all right? And not just as courses now, but as practical experiences where you get to work on real-world projects, you get to brainstorm, and then you ask yourself, before you even get to the end of your journey, is this what I want to do, or I should just back up? But not to worry, before you're done with the program, that is when you decide to start with us, you will get to see the reason why you should be on this journey with us. Okay, so who is the facilitator? My name is Joanne. I'm a business analyst specialist with Amdari. A little about me: I have over 10 years experience across banking, insurance, fintech, and IT consulting. My strong focus is on business analysis, product management, and process optimization. I have an MBA in finance and investment. I'm a certified business analyst. I have hands-on experience in areas as requirement gathering, process optimization, data analysis, digital transformation projects, manual testing, software testing, and the rest of them. And I also love to mentor. I love to train new business analysts, share my knowledge, share experiences, and also learn from them. So when you decide to start on this journey, for those of us that will be transitioning into business analysis, so I was so happy when I saw somebody saying business analysis is the career path that they want to get into. So I look forward to seeing you when you finally decide to start. All right. So enough about me. Let's get into the business of today. So what are we talking about? We want to find out the truth about BA and PM roles in the UK, why tech BAs and PM roles are a sweet spot for immigrants, how non-tech professionals can transition into BA or PM, what are the steps for breaking into tech as a BA or a PM? So what are the strategies for transitioning and gaining the work experience and then landing a job? So we'll be looking at the CV, the LinkedIn, the interview prep, then the work experience and the special offers we have for you. All right. So what are the 5 truths that we need to know about the BM and the PA role and BA and PM roles in the UK? All right. One of them is what? You don't need to code, but you need to understand technology. So the question somebody asked on the chat is PM a tech career? Okay. I think at this point you decide by yourself if it is. It is a tech career, yes, but you don't need to know how to code. The only thing you need to know is understand the technology, because you won't be the one doing the coding. All right. So you don't need to have a computer science degree, but you need to understand business acumen. And what do we mean about when we say business acumen? We're talking about you understanding the language of the business, understanding the environment of the business, irrespective of the sector or the kind of business that you want to focus on or leverage on, right? And then another thing is, most importantly, your non-tech background is not a disadvantage. It's often your secret weapon. So if you're thinking, I want to transition to BA or PM, I don't have tech skills. I'm coming from customer service. I'm coming from healthcare. How do I transition? Will this space be something I can easily transition into and not struggle? Oh, yes, because you have skills, you have knowledge, you have experiences that are very, very key when it comes to working in either a BM or a BA or a PM role. Because in this, when it comes to those skills, the way you look at problems will be very, very different from where or how every other person that is stuck on a particular problem would see it. All right. So another thing we'll be looking at is BA bridges business and the tech. The PM owns the delivery, the timelines, and outcome. So as BAs, we are the intermediary between the business and the technology team. So we understand the business, and we also need to communicate with the technology team. While the PM, the project manager, owns the entire delivery, the timelines, and the outcome, but they both work together. All right. So BA roles both roles, rather, not just business analyst now, they are in high demand across finance, NHS, government and tech, and qualified for skilled workers visa. So if you are thinking, if I decide to transition into business analysis, am I sure or am I certain? Is somebody's hand up?
Yes, my hand is up. Good evening.
Okay. Yes, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Bashirat. I am a product design and lead consultant. I don't know, because I'm just getting used to the everything. So I have noticed that for like 3 weeks now, I didn't join for like 2 weeks. This is the third one because I started February 7th. But my other colleague that joined said that the first week it was just about BA and PM. Nobody's talking about product design, and I think this is what it's about again this week. So I am a bit left out. I'm feeling left out because I don't know like how to grasp anything about BA or PM.
Please do not feel left out, because you see everything we are doing in business analysis and product management or project management, we still come to you as a product designer. We cannot do without you. Everything we are doing is documentations. We are bringing all our designs and everything to life. So not to worry, this feedback will be duly taken and noted. The subsequent sections that would hold will take that into consideration. So our sincere apologies for that. Do not feel left out, okay? Just be looking at us like this, with the business analysts and the project managers. Just be looking at us like this, that when we are done, we'll come and meet you, all right? Do not feel left out, okay?
Okay, even with the dashboard too, there's nothing like product design on the dashboard too. Nothing. Just our internship, our tax and everything. The way you will see the dashboard and you will see things about BA and then crash courses are there and all. There's nothing like product design there. So it's just like we are floating.
Listen, you're not floating, my darling. You're not floating. Don't float, okay? Don't float. Carry life jackets. All right? Carry life jackets. Do not float. All right? And just know that everything, like, we are not sidelining or we're not making any of the career path more important than the other. Every career path is important, okay? So not to worry, it's still going to be worked on, okay? It's still going to be worked on. So we cannot leave you. How can we design? How can we build a product without our designer? Where is it done? Nowhere. All right?
All right. So, thank you so much. I just wanted to be clear. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So like I was saying, so both roles are in high demand across finance, NHS, government, and tech, and qualify for skilled workers visa. So if you're worried or thinking, will I get sponsorship? Will I qualify for skilled workers visa if I transition into BA or PM? Oh yes, you will, because it is one of the key roles right now, because there are a lot of transformation projects that are currently going on. A lot of innovations are going on in different organizations, and these two roles are very, very important. All right. So here, what are we doing today? What are we going to learn? We're going to learn the landscape of project management and business analyst, and see how it has shifted and how you can position yourself for these opportunities, so it doesn't pass you and you don't start singing "and I know if to say," because we don't want that to be your own story. All right. So why tech business analyst and project management roles are sweet spots for immigrants? Let's look at that. As an entry level business analyst or project manager, you qualify for roles that gives you a minimum of 30 to 42,000 pounds annually for entry level, and then for mid level with 3 to 5 years experience, you're looking at the 50 to 70,000 pounds, and then if you're looking at the senior level category, know that money is coming. All right. So if you've in the course of your trying to decide whether you should transition, please, when you look at the money, I'm very certain you'll be like, this thing I can do it, because people doing it, the people that have transitioned, they don't have extraordinary powers. It just took them determining and making a decision that they want to do this. That's why they could do it. All right. And then for London Premium, we're looking at what? A 15 to 25% to all of the figures. Imagine you get a role and then working in a location like London. All right. And with all the job opportunities, because online, you type, go on LinkedIn and you type business analyst roles and type project management roles, you'd see the number of openings that come up on a daily basis. All right. So that alone goes to tell you that there's a lot of opportunities in this field. So do not make up your mind and say, okay, these people doing these things are like they have more knowledge or they have more skills than you. No, they don't. They just found a system that could hold their hand through the journey and help them transition, and then they were able to make it through. So why does this matter for immigrants? All right. So what are we looking at? The low technical barrier than developer roles. So if you're worried about learning how to code, learning the core technology before you transition, no, you don't need that. So because you're not, coding is not required here to start. So, and also your domain expertise, finance, healthcare, education is actively valued. So for those of us that have previous experience in different fields and we are transitioning into this career paths or any of the tech career paths, you realize that your experience is actually needed. It is not, you don't say because I've worked previously 10 years or previously 5 years and then I'm transitioning, then I'm starting all over. No, you're not starting all over. You have some skills from your previous career path that is very, very useful when you transition into this new career path. All right. And then we have clear visa sponsorship pathways, because the BA and PM qualifies for skilled worker visa. So you're not worried or thinking, will I get visa sponsorship? Will I be able to get my PR at the end of the day if I decide to go into this career path? Oh, yes, you will, because this is a high demand skill. All right. So this, because the salary meets the threshold. Okay. And then the roles most times exceed 41,700, the minimum requirement, right? But then you also have to leverage your negotiating power to be able to still get more. Because one thing is certain, because there is a, let me call it a bid for it, there's an opportunity to still renegotiate. All right. So ensure you utilize all of that. And then another thing we're looking at is what big roles remain in high demand. It can never go extinct, and there's no fear of will AI or will my role go, will AI come and replace my role, or how do they even say that thing? Will AI take over my job? No. So long as there is a job, so long as there's a problem to work on, a business analyst and a project manager is needed, because AI cannot start and finish. Somebody needs to plan it. Somebody needs to know the exact requirement that we need. If you just leave it for a garbage in, garbage out kind of system, the outcome you will get might not be exactly what you're looking for. So that is where we as BAs come in, and that is more like our superpower. All right. So give clarity to the problems that we're trying to solve, and also solve also solve the right problems. So the role remains in high demand across tech, healthcare, finance, and public services. So the PM role is also similar in demand as organizations accelerate digital transformation and many offer hybrid work. So if you're looking at having to have a work-life balance where you're not stressing Monday to Friday, and you want to work some days from home and you want to work some days from the office, this is a role that you should be trying to consider. So you're asking now, why BA or PM for non-tech professionals? Very good. We're going to get there. So we're going to find out why we are trying to answer this question. Okay. So BA and PM bridges both technical and non-technical environments. They work with stakeholders and IT team. No deep technical knowledge needed to start. Remember, from your previous jobs that you have been doing, you were talking to somebody. You're talking to a human being. You were talking with your colleagues. Those are stakeholders. If you're not talking to your colleagues, you're talking to customers. You were trying to solve problems. So you have been doing business analysis from your previous job, but you did not know that it was business analysis you were doing. The same thing with project management, but you didn't know, maybe because you didn't put it in context, or it's because they didn't call it technology role. So you feel like this is not for me. No, please, it is for you. Okay. So BA also focuses on what? Discovering solutions. BAs try to understand what problem we're trying to solve, who are we solving for, and why are we solving the problem. All right. So what the PM focuses on, how are we solving this problem that we have identified, and for who? And then when are we solving the timeline? If we say we're going to solve this problem for 2 weeks, we should be solving it for 2 weeks. So the PM is on you to ensure that that delivery time frame that we said we are going to solve, we are solving it, and also give clarity to how we are going to solve it. All right. So your background likely gives you one of the two of them. Like I said, you have previous experience, but it wasn't called that. So worry not, you are on track. Okay. So the BA, both roles often work in agile environments where adaptability and learning on the job are valued. It means you have to be learning on the job, like you must be able to learn fast. You must be able to learn as quick as possible, and you'll be able to learn like you are constantly learning. So that whole idea of I am tired, it feels like I am bored, it feels like what I'm doing, I've known it already, I don't need to know more again. is looking like a routine, I'm sorry, that doesn't work in business analysis and project management, because no two problems are the same, no two projects are the same. What you did in the first project will be different from what you will do in the second project. The problem you solve today is not going to be the same problem you're going to solve tomorrow. So just get ready. You are going to keep doing research. You're going to keep solving problems, and your brain, you see that sugar that we're looking for to make your experience a very active and juicy one. True, we give it to you because you are constantly learning. You are constantly solving new problems. All right. So many immigrants come from customer facing or service roles where problem solving and communication are key. These are called BA and PM competences. Like I explained, you were talking to somebody, you were talking to your colleagues, you're talking to customers from your previous job. The customers might be either internal or external. You have been talking to somebody. And because you've been doing that, your communication skills have been building. All right. But you might think because it is a different field we are applying it does not apply here. No, that's a lie. It's the same communication skills. So, but this time you're structuring it and channeling it to the problem. Like you're making more conscious effort to solve it in line with the problem you are solving. Please, up to this point, are we still together? Are we still together, or my family members have left me? We are all together, right? Okay, very good, very good, very good, very good. I love that. I love that. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so now let's continue. Okay, so we said what? Now the business analyst versus the project management side by side. Let's look at it. So we decide, for those of us that are trying to decide on where we should fit into. Somebody's mic is unmuted. Do you want to say something, my brethren? Ikenna, do you want to say something? Okay, okay, okay. All right. So now let's look at the two career paths side by side. We're looking at it from the perspective of, or from the dimension of, the primary focus. Like I said, what does the business analyst focus on? What needs to change? What problem are we solving? Okay. What problem are we solving? Who are we solving for? Is somebody's hand up? Hello, everyone. Welcome. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. So we're trying to, for business analysts, we're asking the question of what needs to change, what problem are we solving, who are we solving this problem for? While the project manager is asking, how are we solving this problem and when will this change happen? Okay, so what are our major deliveries? For business analysts, we're looking at what? Requirements and specifications. Okay, requirements is you collecting the problem, like collecting more like collecting the requirements, collecting the questions, trying to understand the problem we are trying to solve, and then giving specifications so that we don't decide to solve everything while we are supposed to focus on one. Okay, so what for project management and project managers, what do we focus on? Project plan and delivery. Okay, so what are the core skills for business analysts? We have analytical and communication skills. You have been doing this. All right, so everybody on this call, whether you decide to go into or transition into business analysis or project management, you already have the skill. And then for project managers, we are looking at what's the core skill that you need for this career path: leadership and organization. So if you're a scattered person, like you say, I know how to scatter, but I don't know how to arrange, you will decide where you want to be. Okay. So if you're somebody that likes to give instructions, you're a leader, you can carry people, you can canvas people to follow a path. Check yourself, check your skills, check your previous things you've been doing. If you have been seeing that kind of a trait, then you know where you should be looking at facing. All right. So how do we measure success in business analysis and for project management? For business analysis, we measure success by what? Solution quality and adoption. By solution quality, what do we mean? The solution that we say we are providing, is it solving the problem? If yes, can we adapt? How do this new solution you have brought now, how do we adapt to it? Or is it a case of this is how we are, we don't change? If not, if you are working with people that decide they're not going to change, then you have a problem. You have to find a way to make them change. So by taking into consideration how you want them to adapt to this new change that you are bringing, or this new solution you are bringing, and not make them feel like they're struggling to accept this new change. All right. Then for project management and for project managers, how do we measure success? When you deliver a project on time, and then when you deliver on the budget. You didn't come later and said, they gave you £4,000 to deliver a project, and then you now came back tomorrow and said when you went to the market, things now changed. It became 5,000. No, if that happens, it means what? You did not do your costing very well when it comes to delivering or working on that project. So what are the key certificates that are needed for business analysts and for project managers? So we have a BCS, CBAP, Agile BA for business analysts. Then we have Prince 2 PMP, APM, and and PMQ. All right. So what are the salary ranges that we're looking at? So for business analysts, we're looking at a 30K to 65K. For entry to mid-level, it can go higher than that. It depends on your negotiation. Okay. And then for project managers, we're looking at a 35K to 75K entry to mid-level. So it also depends on how you are able to negotiate. Okay. So now let us look at our transferable skills from where we're coming from. Okay. So if you have finance and accounting background and you want to transition to business analysis, what do you have already? You know how to use Excel. You have been using Excel, even though you've been using it in bits, but you have been using Excel. You have been documenting processes, right? You have been doing compliance if you're coming from finance, because for the finance field, you must comply with what? I don't know if we have any accountant on this call, but then for the accounting field, we're looking at complying with either AC, GAP for those in the what's it called? For those in US, and then for those in the UK, IFRS. All right. So these are like policies and compliance that you're already used to. So with this knowledge now, you transfer it, you translate it into what? Data analysis, requirement documents, regulatory BA roles. You can function in that field. Then what sectors should you be targeting that your transition will be so smooth and easy? You'll be looking at fintech, banking, and insurance. So if you have healthcare experience and you want to transition to business analysis rather, you have a complex system navigation, patient journey mapping. Then you, with this knowledge or with this skill, you can transition into what? You can translate it rather to healthcare IT business analysis, then NHS digital transformation. All right. And then so what sectors or what roles should you be targeting? So you should be targeting NHS trust, healthcare tech, and medical softwares, because a lot of them are coming up on a daily, because optimization, transformation is one aspect, or one, yes, let me call it an aspect now, that is currently happening to the healthcare sector. All right. So you see, as BAs, you can function in that field. All right. So for customer service, for those of us that have customer service experience, whether it was 2 years ago or 5 years ago, he's inside there. He doesn't leave. So you already know how to identify customers' pain points by listening to their problems. Even when they are ranting and shouting on you, you already know how to manage them, because that's stakeholder management. You already have what? CRM experience, because the Finacle, the different platforms you're using for customer service, you already know how to do it. That is CRM. So you already know how to navigate it. So you have the experience. So you can translate that into what? Customer experience business analyst, and then CRM implementation specialist. So because you are already experienced or you're already used to that CRM platform that is being used for customer service, you can do this. And then what are the sectors you should be targeting? We'll be looking at e-commerce, retail tech, customer service platforms. All right. So please, up to this point, do we have any question? Or are we all still together? Or wait for the question till the end? Are we all still together, or you people have left me? We're still together, right? All right, very good, very good, very good. Okay, so now we have looked at transferable skills for business analysts. Let's look at transferable skills for project management. Okay, so if you have been working in supply chain and you want to transition to business and project management rather, you have what? End-to-end process visibility. You already do problem solving, you already do team coordination. So, and with that knowledge, you translate it into what? Operations project manager and supply chain project manager, or logistics program manager. So you should be targeting the sectors: e-commerce, manufacturing, logistics, and logistics tech companies. Okay. For sales, if you've been doing sales, you don't know how you are going to transition into business project management. I promise you, you can do that, because you already have market research experience, stakeholder persuasion experience, deadline management, because you're always under pressure. So you are used to it. Okay. Then with that skill, you translate it into what? Commercial project management, CRM project lead, then sales operations project manager. All right. So you should be targeting roles like, or companies like software as a service companies, B2B technology companies, and consultancies. So if you have HR operations work experience and you want to transition to project management, you should be looking at what? You already have workflow design experience, compliance, policy implementation, people skills. So that knowledge, or yes, that knowledge rather that you have, you can translate it into what? HR project management, workforce transformation project management, change manager, and you should be targeting what? Enterprise firms, public sectors, and consultancies. So now, what are the specific skills that you would need to learn to be able to function as a business analyst and a project manager? All right. So for the business analyst skills, we're looking at what you have to learn: business process modeling. All right. So what does that mean? You are putting in perspective, or you're putting in picture the entire process from start to finish, from using an example of how you wake up in the morning to prepare your kids for school. All right. So the first thing you do is you wake up. After you wake up, what do? You say your prayers, you bathe them, or you go and, or probably you cook, and then you bathe them, you prepare them for school, and then you take them to school. And after that, what happens? You are back home, or probably you're on your way to work, right? That is an entire process. So you see that because you're putting this in perspective, you can easily tell. So when you look at it like drawn out in the process modeling, using the different process modeling tools, you can actually tell where you are wasting a lot of time. Is it when you are basing your child and the child is saying, I don't want to go to school, I'm not through sleeping, I still want to sleep? Is that why you're wasting time? So with that, you understand, okay, for you to be able to reduce that time you spend doing that, what should you do? You either wake that child up early, or you make everything ready and know that that's the last thing you're going to do. Don't waste time. So that skill, you realize that you have been doing it before, but because they did not call it business analysis, or they did not call it business process modeling, you didn't understand that you had the skill. All right. So requirement elicitation, you should be able to what? Conduct workshop, do interviews, surveys, and observation. You have been doing that. You have been talking to customers. You have been talking to customers to ask them, what's the problem? How can I help you, sir? How may I be of service, sir? What's the issue today, sir? You have been doing that. You've been trying to understand their problem. But in this case, you're doing it in workshops. You're asking structured interview questions. You're doing surveys. And in most cases, you are observing. The observation now, I know a lot of times, if you have like tiny, let me call them tiny toddlers, right? And they are ill and they can't tell what is wrong with them. Just by observing, you can tell this child is not feeling well. It's like this child is not active today. What should I check? What should I not check? What should I do differently? So you realize that you've been doing this before now. Yes or yes? Or am I the only one that have been doing it in my everyday life? Hello, are we together? Okay, it's only me and Kristen that have been doing it together. All right, no problem. Okay, so yeah. Okay, good. So we are all following, Abby. All of us are doing it. All right, very good. So then for data analysis, so what skills should you learn? SQL and Excel, foundation for BA work, because you have to do data analysis. So you need to, and that's a skill you need to have so that you can make decisions, not just decisions from your head. You are making decisions based on data that you have. So that's a skill you need to learn. So, and then you need to also know Agile and Scrum, which is essential for most tech BA roles, Jira and Confluence. So you should also know how to write user stories, where you bridge, which is the bridge between business needs and dev team. Is somebody trying to say something, please? Abimbola, do you want to say something? All right, thank you. So for project managers, what are the skills you need to have? Project planning and scheduling. And under project planning and scheduling, what are the tools that we use for doing that? We use MS Project, Jira, Asana, which is used to build solid plan. Okay. So what are these plans? These project tools that you use, you'll find out that you have been doing it before, but this time you've not been documenting. Why did I say that? When you receive salary, for those of us that are working, what do? Before the money comes, you have already planned all the things that you're going to use that money for. As it's coming, it's going. All those things are planned. But because you didn't write it down, it's inside your head. But for those of us that you should write it down, yeah, it's a clear-cut planning that you've been doing before now. Okay? So don't feel like these things are strange. You already have the skills, and transitioning into it and doing it full-time is something that will be very easy and seamless for you. So risk and issue management. You should be able to identify, access, mitigate, and track risk. You have been doing this in your everyday life, but you did not know that this is it. One example, using the same salary thing. If you don't plan very well for your salary, I promise you, it will not take you to the next month. Even though it does, maybe from the time the salary finishes until the next one, you'll be living on vibes and inshallah. And that should not be your case. All right. So these are risks that you have been identifying and you have been mitigating before now. So planning alongside, it's something that you have been doing. So having to do it full time, or here, the only thing is you are just honing the skill and making it like structured and more targeted. All right. So budget and resource management, what should you do? I've already spoken about the budgets now. So you track your spending, you manage your team capacity. What can your team do? What can they handle part time? All right. So these are things that you get to do as a project manager. Oh, then you also need to know Agile, Prince 2, and PMP, which is a framework of knowledge, which is essential for UK markets. Okay. And then stakeholder reporting. You should be able to do what? Status reports. Tell us what is happening part time. All right. So you don't bring a case of how can you be asking me this kind of question? Who are you to ask me? No, you don't do that here. If that is what you have inside, please go and throw that spirit away. And learn to be accountable, learn to be able to give updates on what is happening part time. So which is a skill that is needed as a project manager. And then RAG update. So RAG update is just a status tracking update that you get to give. So you need that too. It stands for red, amber, and green updates. So it's to tell us where we are as regards the project we are delivering. And then executive communication, you should be able to communicate, not just to your peers or to your children. So if you have been shouting at your children before and you want to talk to executives, you have to what? You have to do yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And you have to put your responses in a way that it will not cause issues for you. So you have to be structured and very clear. All right. So please, up to this point, are we still together? All right. So then the thing in ourselves is, what are the steps we need to take to break into these careers, right? We have said we have these skills. Now, what are the steps we need to take to make it clear? First, we have to what? We have to reskill and we have to upskill. All right. Now we are reskilling because we have some previous knowledge that we are bringing in, but this time we are trying to structure it. All right. So how do we do that? We have to learn Jira. We have to learn Confluence. These are the different tools that we use for delivering this project. Then take online courses on Amdari Learn or any other platform that is available to you. So another thing you need to do is what? Build your portfolio. You have to create sample deliverables like BRDs, process maps, project plans. But with all of this, you get to do it when you join our internship program because you'll be working with verifiable project experiences, right? So when you are done, you can beat your chest and say, yes, you have done this and you can deliver a project easily because you've been doing it over and over again. Another thing you need to do to transition or break into this tech career is you have to network with people. On this job or on this career path, we are highly dependent on people. We need to talk. I'm an introvert. I don't used to talk. I don't like to talk to people. I don't like to talk to people I know. I only talk to my friends and my family. Please, you have to keep that introverted part of you at home and come out with the extroverts that you are struggling to bring out. But I promise you, if you decide to go into this career path, once you start, you'll be able to hone your skills, your networking skills that will help you. So what are the ways you need to network? We say, okay, network, right? So you have to do a lot of LinkedIn outreach, even if it means drop messages on people's not just anyhow messages, structured messages that make sense, right? When they see that, okay, you're dropping value, you're dropping nuggets that we can all relate to. That way, people start to register your name and what you do. All right, because for every time you do it, I'm sure a lot of us are on LinkedIn, and then you find out that they will tell you somebody viewed your status, right? It was because you dropped a message somewhere that the person is viewing your status, and they can, or probably LinkedIn brought your profile to their face, and then they have to view it. All right. So another way of networking is what? Through the Amdari alumni community that you'll be a part of after you are done with our program. All right. And then the IIBA platform, yeah, it's available in the UK and other locations. Then we have the PMI UK events, then informal interviews. So by informal interviews is informational interviews rather, whereby you're talking to people, not just talking to them to need help at every point in time. No, go with value. Have like conversations that make sense. All right. So, and then join communities, WhatsApp communities that would help your career path. And then another thing you need to do is what? You have to tailor your CV and your cover letter. I've been applying for a job, but don't call me back and all of that. Please check your CV. Your CV is probably the issue. All right. So you have to match keywords from each job description, quantify the result, highlight transferable skills clearly, at least two page maximum. Try not to make it to more than 2 pages so that the recruiters don't get bored just looking at your CV. So if you want to craft a UK ready CV for a BA and PM edition, what are the things you should do? Like I already said, keep it 2 pages maximum. Lead with a strong personal profile, at least 3 to 4 lines. Let it be strong. Let us see it and know what you do. All right. Not I started here, I now went here, and now came here. Let it be very structured and personal. So that way it gives clarity. And also you have to quantify the things you have done. All right. An example of that is you saved a company 200,000 pounds and you deliver this in 3 months. All right. And then you have to mirror the keywords from the job description exactly as it is. Don't try to use synonym. All right. Use exactly as it is, because ATS is used to scan and decide on who gets to move to the next level. So you don't want to be cut off even before you start the journey. And then if you have certifications, right, list it. Okay. And also include a UK phone number and LinkedIn URL. For most of us that relocated and changed locations, we might tend to forget that our CV has been going in one pattern all along, and we don't know why nobody is calling us. It's because of your CV and you do not pay attention to it. So if that is the kind of CV you have, please do well and check it, that your journey will be very smooth. Okay. And then also tailor every application. Don't use one CV for everything. All right. Don't say I'm too tired to structure my CV. You have to do the structuring, do the work so that you can see the results. And then use UK spellings. All right. For words like behavior or organization. So if you are not sure of which one is for you is UK spelling, please use your browser, use your dictionary. Thankfully, we have access to all of this. You don't need to carry your what's the name of that dictionary that we were using that time? Is it Oxford or what's the name? Oxford, right? Oxford. You don't need to be carrying Oxford. You don't need to be carrying the Oxford dictionary everywhere you go. There's a software part. There's a software of the dictionary, and you can, if you're not even sure, just go on Google and just use any of your browsers or even your AI tools. Just say, what's the spelling for UK on this word, just to be sure, so that somebody does not look at your CV and just because of one spelling, they don't even want to know all the skills you have and all of that. Okay. All right. So now the things you should not do for a UK kind of CV, please. I know your picture is very fine. Remove it. Don't put it on your CV. All right. Don't put your date of birth. We don't want to know your age. We only want to know what you can do. Okay. Don't write more than 2 pages because they will get bored and throw it away before they even look at it the second time. Use creative layouts, right? I'm sorry. Don't use creative all those designs that you're trying to do. I want to paint here. I want to color this place. I want to design it so that it will look very perfect. Please don't do that. All right. After you have finished submitting your application, you can go home and go and be doing your design. Okay. Then do not list every job since secondary school or since primary school. We don't want to know. We only want to know that you can deliver on the job based on the experience that you have that is related to what that job is asking for. Do not include references available on request. I know we have default CVs. Please go and remove that thing if that is still on your CV. Okay. Then don't use an unprofessional email address. Make sure that your email address is professional, even if it means just using your first name and your surname. Don't put something 2K for love or for you and all of those things that was included in email addresses before now. Please ensure that you double check and cross check and it is out of your CV. And then don't submit your CV without proofreading it for typos. You know, if you look at it one time, if you look at your CV that you worked on by yourself one time, it's always perfect. Nothing goes wrong with it. Everything is going very well until you now close it and somebody else is looking at it. You're saying where you're saying, instead of made, they're saying mad. Please be very careful with all those little things because they can just be like things are not working in your favor. Okay? And also submit make sure that you don't send the same CV to every employer. I already spoke about that. Please, if you are in the habit of doing that, I'm too tired to come and start channeling my CV to a job application. Please ensure that you don't do that. And also optimize your LinkedIn profile for UK recruiters. UK recruiters use LinkedIn a lot. Most of the times they go there to search for where they can even find you before they even start putting out an application. Okay? Make sure that your LinkedIn profile stands out. It's selling you even before you say hi. Okay? We'll do that. Your profile picture, headshot, professional. Don't go and put a picture whereby you are lying down or it looks like that you bought a new bikini for the ladies. Please don't do that. Okay? If you have beach shots that you wore and you like the picture so much, please don't let that thing that is telling you post it. Please don't post it. Okay? Just leave it at home. All right? Make sure that the picture that you're using on your LinkedIn is very professional. When they look at it, somebody wants to say, I need to meet this person. I need to know what your thought process is like. All right? Neutral background. Don't do too much effigy. Don't do too much coloring because you feel like you want to pass an impression. Okay? Please don't do that. Your about section should be very, very what? In first person. All right? Writing in first person is you saying I. Okay? Don't say they or she. Don't do third person introduction for us. All right? First person. Who do you help? How do you help and why? Include your keywords from the job specification. Okay? The featured section should what? You should have your portfolio. And that portfolio is one of the services that you get to benefit from if you decide or when you eventually decide to join us. Okay? So then your headline, it should be what? BA Agile. If you're looking at, look at the structure the way it is. BA Agile, financial services, open to opportunities, not just any job title. All right? Let's be clear. Let it speak to a direction. Let us know what you are doing or what you stand for. So that way it is easy for us to communicate on or get you on board. So the keywords, you should use exact keywords from the job description. If they put requirement gathering, please just put requirement gathering on your CV. Don't say you are trying to gather something. Please, requirement gathering as it is. Okay? Stakeholder management, so anything they put, make sure that you have those keywords so that when the ATS check is being carried out, you are not found wanting. Then recommendation and the request recommendation. I don't talk to people. I'm a loner. When I go and work, I like to focus on my work. Please don't do that. Go and say hi to if you have people that you've worked with rather, go and say hi to them. Let them give you recommendations, okay? Preferably somebody that knows you, somebody that knows your work, all right? So if and when you decide to get on board, so this is one of the benefits that you get from us, all right? So you get recommendations based on the projects that you eventually get to work on. So here it says what? Request at least 3 genuine recommendations from managers, from your colleagues, or from your clients, okay? I like to focus on my work. Please don't do that, okay? Go and settle with them. Get the recommendation so that you will have a very, very professional and structured face for the social world. Okay. So now, how do you master the STAR method for UK interview? Because UK always follows this pattern when it comes to their interviews. Okay. They are always looking for competency. Okay. And you have to what? You have to show the situation of what you worked on, where you worked, right? Where were you? What was the problem you solved? You were trying to solve. Paint a picture, even if it's a small problem, make that problem look so big that because you were not there, the problem continued. All right? Don't over-explain. make sure that you paint that problem in a way that, or the situation rather, in a way that when they see it, they're like, okay, so what did you now do? All right. So the task is where your responsibility comes in. You're going to tell us what you did on that project. Okay. On that project. What were you accountable for? What did you do? Not my team did. It won't work for you. Okay. For the UK market, it won't work for you. So you have to put it in the I. So make it seem like it was because of you that problem found solution. So the action, you're going to tell us what you did step by step. Don't, like I said, don't use we, use I, okay? And be very specific and confident. So when you're talking about this in your interview, make them see why if they don't hire you is a problem, all right? And then you give results, show results, all right? How do you show results? By quantifying it, okay? Quantifying it. If it's that you help the business save 50k pounds or 100k pounds, please show it very well and say it with so much confidence that it was because of you that this business did not even lose money. All right. Please, at this point, are we still together? Do we all understand up to this point, or is halfway understanding and we are just waiting to close? Okay, very good.
Yes,
so we're still
we
together. All right. So now, how can we help you? Okay. How can we help you? Don't be like this guy that is sitting down and asking, where will my help come from? We are here to help you. So how are we going to do that? We're going to bridge the experience between your employability and the role you're trying to get. Okay? Most of you have background knowledge. Most of you have read somewhere. Most of you have you've come in contact with what you're trying to transition to. Like for those of us that are defense, here, when you come to Amdari, we'll take you down. We'll take you from the fence and take you to a direction. Good thing you know where you want to get to. But because you're at the fence and you're looking for how to get there, you see that gap, we will cover it for you at Amdari. And we're going to do that if you're looking for what? For these different categories: data analysts, data scientists, data engineers, business analysts, project managers, DevOps, SOC analysts, GRC, cloud and app security, ethical hacking, pen testing. So you have the theoretical knowledge, right? We will give you the experience based on the project that you get to work on, and you're not doing it in isolation. You'll be doing it alongside different team members across different projects. So it's not a case of you came and you're working in isolation. No, you're not working in isolation. So don't be afraid. If it's going to seem overwhelming, you have people, you have colleagues, you have specialists, you have mentors that would guide you. So we are not going to leave you halfway. So how does our program work? So business challenge is assigned to the group. Okay. So when you're working as a group, you get the problem, which comes in form of a case study, right? The case study is simulated on real business challenges from real businesses. And these are some of the businesses that we worked with: AssetGuard, Econet, CryptoNet, FlowPay, Credly, Golden Haven, Lonely Trust, and Tokenverse. All right. So the project is assigned to the team by either the mentor or as a group. All right. Either to your team or individually. So it depends. But either ways, you're not working in isolation. Okay. You have your mentor to always hold your hand. Okay. And then at the end of the day, you do what? You do your presentations, your evaluations, and your recommendations. So you get to do it the same way it will be done in a work scenario. Okay. And then you add, after you're done with working on this project, you get to add it to your portfolio. Your LinkedIn work experience, it will be added there. You also add it to your CV, and you end up getting work references from us, which you use during your interviews. Okay. So when you get on board the project or the program, you get to see how all of this comes into play. So at the end of the day, what are you going to get? You're going to get employability skills from us, and they include what? CV reviews and revamp. So your fear of, I have done the training, how will I put my CV out? What kind of CV will I put out? We are going to help you through that journey. Okay. So you'll be doing your CV reviews and the revamp. So your CV will be ATS ready, project centric, and then result focused. Okay. Then you're going to get LinkedIn optimization. You're going to be able to navigate the job market where you apply for jobs, how to apply the different careers if you consider. Then you get interview preps. So if you've applied for a job and then you're called for an interview, we're not going to leave you halfway and say, go and do it by yourself. No. Once you get an interview, you bring it to us. We prepare you for the interview. All you need to do is just go and ace it. Okay. Then we do this through what? Mock simulation, impactful storytelling, behavioral intelligence. Okay. So we tend to check all of these things and prep you in a way that once you say, hi, I am this, I do this, the interviewer is eager to listen to you. But then the preparation cannot be done in isolation. If you prepare and you do not prepare yourself, we don't know the miracle that will happen. But we trust that when you get on board the program, you'll be able to work alongside us to be able to achieve your goal. And then you will get mentorship sections whereby you have expert mentorship, work with your buddies, work with your colleagues, work with your team. Yes, your colleagues, your team. And then you get what job readiness sections that happens, and it tends to feed you with the information that is needed for the world you're trying to get into, or for the tech field you're trying to transition into. And then at the end of the day, you also get job reference letters from us. All right. And it's not just any kind of job reference, it is globally recognized in the sense that you are not afraid to say that you worked with Amdari as a consultant, and this is what you did. So when you put our name on your CV and you request for reference from us, you get it. Okay. And then on the job support, we don't just leave you after getting the job. We still work with you to ensure that you have gained your ground and you can deliver on the job. So these are examples of people or consultants that we have had to help during the course of. Is somebody's hand up? Yes,
Yes.
Chukwemeka, please go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, John, for so far. Actually, I have this concern.
Okay.
Like an aspiring data scientist, you get it, but coming from, let me sample, like a healthcare.
Hold on. That here expiring data science, is it expiring or aspiring?
Aspiring. Like an aspiring data scientist, maybe you're coming from maybe a healthcare background, not a healthcare job profile with a sponsorship already. Now you have a privilege opportunity, like trying to seek offer maybe in NHS. So what do you think could be best fit in one CV? Because now you can't hide the fact that you're a healthcare person, and now maybe you're a student with Amdari. How do one link up these things in the CV? I'm a bit concerned about it. I don't know.
Okay, so you get to state it as a remote role, either as internship that was done remotely, because it doesn't affect or it doesn't disturb your core job function. Okay, because it is internship, nobody stops you from doing internship. Nobody is going to say because you are working as a healthcare person you cannot do internship or you cannot do further studies or further practice. Do you understand?
So in the section of the CV, how do you make it up? Do you make
this and many more you will find out when you get on board the system?
I'm already on board the system. Yeah, I'm 3 months into data science. Yes, I'm saying. That's why I'm asking this question for clarity's sake. Yeah.
Okay. So is it interview prep or CV review ought to be done for you since you're already 3 months into the system? All right. So what we will do, and Chukwemeka, your information, right? CV review or CV revamp ought to have been done for you. So, but basically, how do you put that in your CV? All you're putting under experience, okay? Under experience, you're stating internship or further study. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand? That's how you state it on your CV. Further study, internship. This is what you did. Okay. So as an internship, and you have to clearly state it that it was remote. Okay, remote internship, so that it doesn't contradict your current work experience that you have. So it's going alongside. So when we're saying you did the internship remotely, you did not go there. Do you understand? It's something that you could have done on your system. So, or it's something that you could probably have done it remotely or something, but you didn't go there. So that's how you put it on your CV. I hope I've been able to answer that question.
Yeah, another question I have, like in the deliverables in terms of what you've done, some of those are not quantifiable, like in terms of metrics, like 200,000 save and everything. How do one make that up?
How do you make it up? You're going to find out the cost of that delivery. If you implement it, what is it going to save? If it's something that you implement and it's going to save time, what is the value of that time? How much is it per hour? Do you understand? So that is how you quantify. So you're going to multiply it. When you multiply the value per hour, you might not have done it with a paid what's it called? You might not have done it paid, but you have to reset the value is per hour, and then you'll be able to do the multiplication and add it up. All right.
Okay, I'm thinking my head off it because I know we've done some project, but I'm just seeing how, because just as you said, it's remote. You are not actually doing with a company to see what you've saved or maybe what you've done. So I'm just trying to see I could join the dots and make up the deliverables in terms of number of days saved or maybe number of cost reduction in terms of.
Okay. So Chukwemeka, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Please reach out to your specialist. Okay. Reach out to your specialist. And besides, I don't even know why you're here. You're supposed to be in the mentorship section. What happened?
Actually, I keep getting updates on some of these things. I know when I have time, I join. So and I know one or two things I've learned from this. So you don't need to ask me. I've learned a lot.
Chukwemeka, be going to mentorship section. Come on, be going. You have learned enough. Come on, be going.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Another hand is up. Oyelami, would you mind? Okay, we should take the question now, or we take it when we are done. Which of them? Is it something that is going to be like quick? Oyelami.
Good evening. Yeah, can you hear
Good
me?
evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you. Go
Thanks
ahead,
for this
please.
session. So this will be my first time joining your session. Actually, I just finished my project management journey last month, and luckily, uh, I'm working for an e-commerce company. I hope you understand. As project and
Okay.
operations coordinator. So yeah, but like I said earlier, so luckily, but there are some areas whereby you need to. I've applied to some roles, especially in the UK. So whereby
Okay.
I always get my applications rejected. A lot of rejections from the UK, particularly. But from what we have said so far, so I've got a lot of things why my application has been rejected. If you understand. So I
Yes, I
want to go
understand.
into the aspect of internship. Yes, so
Okay.
internship, that issue particularly. How do you structure it? I can understand. So my
How do you
LinkedIn is
what?
already. How do you structure your internship?
How do we structure the
Can you hear
internship?
me?
I think I lost that
Yes.
question. I'm not getting the question correctly.
Yeah. From the form I filled, the form you put in the screen. So I came across internship application in the form. I hope you understand. So I don't know if that helps. I hope you understand. So I don't know how you have structured it. I
Okay.
hope you get. So hey, so and what help can you render? What help can you render? So I've also applied for some management training in that same UK. I forget. So some they require you have to be there. So while some they just they won't even tell you why they rejected your application. So they just send you rejected mail. If you understand. So that's the major. Yes, and I you made mention of learning agile and scrum. So I don't know if you offer that too. So I need to ask. So that's all. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Can you hear me? Okay, so I think we have lost Joanne. She probably has some network issues. Let's just wait for a few minutes for her to get back. So someone was asking a question. Hi, Chukwemeka.
Yeah, I think I'll finished with Joanne. I think it was someone
Okay.
else that was asking you. Okay, my hand is still up.
Okay. Hi, Toyib. Hi, Toyib. Can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Lost your
Okay,
network.
so you were asking. So you were asking a question. Can you come again?
Yes. I said you made mention of going for Scrum and Agile. That the help you get. So I don't know if you offer them as training. So that's number one. And I made
Okay.
mention of uh, yeah, from the form I filled. So I came across of internship. So I don't know if your organization offers internship or you help students source for internship. They don't know.
Okay, so have
So
you taken
and
any training before now? Do you have any? Have you taken any training, any course, anything at all on project management? Can you hear me, Toy? If you can, if anybody can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up? All right. Thank you, Oluwaseyi. Thank you, Modube. Thank you, Taiwo, Bashira. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Femi. Toy, if you can hear me, I can't hear you. Thank you, Amina.
so and I'm not doing one.
Okay, so I was asking, have you taken any course or any training? Okay, I think Toyib's network is also not so good. All right, so let me take someone else. Hi, Charles.
Hello.
Please, I can hear you
Um,
now. I can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that, Charles. So did
all
you
right.
get my question, Toyib?
No, I did not. Can you please begin your question?
So I was asking, have you taken any training in project management prior to now?
Yes, I just finished my course on project management.
Okay.
So and yes, and I'm working for an e-commerce company
Okay.
for now.
I'm struggling to hear you, but I got the answer that I was looking for. So we don't train at Amdari. We are
Can I
not a
type on the
training.
screen?
Yes, you can type. So Amdari, we're not a training company. We're not a training organization. What we do is that we give you internship. We give you that work experience that you need to work or to break into tech in the UK. So that's basically what we are focused on. We don't train you, though we have what we call the Learn platform, just like Joanne already mentioned. But we don't that platform is not for total beginners. It's just like a crash course, a refresher course.
So if you are a total beginner without any training, which you are not, then Amdari is not for you. But if you have at least you have a background knowledge, you are looking to
No,
break
I'm not
into
a
the
beginner.
Okay, so you're looking to break into the tech space in the UK. If you've not been able to get that, because when you notice that in the UK tech space you need UK work experience for recruiters to even look at you,
Yes,
for them to even call you for an interview. You need
exactly.
that UK work experience. So that's what we are giving you here at Amdari. We are giving you that work experience. You're going to be working on projects. You're going to put it on your CV. You're going to put it on your you're going to build your portfolio with the projects you're going to be working on, because we have project partners. We have people that you work on their projects, and then you are able to put that on your portfolio. You're able to build that UK work experience. We've had numbers of people, different uncountable number of people that have gone through Amdari, that have worked done the same work experience. They have gotten jobs 2 months into the program, 1 month into the program, 3 months into the program. They've already gotten jobs, because when you're in the program, once you get your onboarding on 7th of March, you that is on Saturday. By Monday, you've started working on your projects. You started building your portfolio, because those projects you're going to be working on is what you're going to use to build your portfolio. So that is the structure. That is how it works. Aside the project, you get other perks, which I'm sure that once Joanne gets back, she's going to cover all of that. So I hope I've been able
All
to
right.
answer your question, Toy.
Yes, but how do I go with the onboarding?
Sorry, I'm not sure I
How do
got
I
your question.
go? Yeah, with the onboarding, how do I go about it?
Okay, so have you registered for the program?
No, this is the first time I'm joining your webinar, so I'm new here.
Okay, so let's wait for um um Joanne. Joanne will give us more information on how you can do that. Is that fine?
All right. Actually, my network is quite bad here, so I don't know if it's going to be dropped in the community.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
All
Did
right.
you
Thank
fill
you.
the attendance form?
Yes, I did. I did.
The one I dropped in the chat, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, okay, all right. Then no problem. You have no problem.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So we have another person. Charles, you can go ahead with your question.
Hello. My question is regarding the business analysis. I just want to understand, do we have something like template, how we can actually view a project from the start to finish? What we need to tick in order to make sure that we have completed the project?
Okay, so definitely when you're working on projects, you're not going to be working alone. You're going to have your team lead who is going to be guiding you throughout the journey, throughout the process of you working on that project. You're not going to be working alone. You're going to also be working with other career paths, just like Joanne mentioned. You're going to have cross-functional projects where you work with other teams. You as a BA, you get to work with project managers, you get to work with data analysts, you get to work with data engineers, depending on the particular project that you're working on at that point in time. So if you're working on a particular project, be sure that you have the support from start to finish. You are going to know when you are done, you have a timeline. You have drop-in sessions where your team lead will check in with you, where you check in with your team members and every other person that you are with in a particular team. So you're not working alone, you are not left on your own. You have that support. You know that, oh, okay, this project is for 2 weeks, this project is for 3 weeks, and you're going to be working on it. You're going to be guided all through this step of that project. Did I answer your question, Charles?
Yes, I know about this, but what I mean, is it in the program or in the job, kind of that we're going to have kind of deliverable, is it deliverable that we need to be able to produce, to accomplish? Because, if a project is assigned to you, are you the one that is going to break your tasks into smaller unit, or is it the group lead that is going to do that for you?
So it's your task is already broken for you. Yes, your team lead is the person that is going to walk you through that project. He's going to tell you how to go about the project, because we don't have one particular project. You work on multiple projects. So if I tell you that, oh, this is how it is for this particular project, it might be different from the next project. So your team lead is going to be walking you through each of the projects and how you should go about each of the projects. So you have that person that is there to tell you, oh, this is where you need to work on, this is how this project works, this is the part for the data engineers, this is the part for the project managers, this is the part for the business analysts, all of that. You have someone that is going to be guiding you on that.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
I hope I've been able to answer your question, Charles.
Yeah, but yes. Are you? Another question is, can I do like I'm a data scientist, but I want to do. There's a particular experience I want to gain in data engineering where I have to integrate whatever I am doing. I have to do integration. So I want to learn that in this program. But as a data scientist, can I also cross carpet and do other data scientist project that I see there?
Other data science, I'm not sure I understand your question. Are you asking for you to work with other career paths, to work as maybe a data analyst or something? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, yes, that's on my own. Am I allowed to do that?
So you work when you enroll for the program, if you enroll as a data scientist, you're going to be working solely on data scientist projects. But you have access on the Learn platform to all other career paths. So let's say as a data scientist, you also have access to the refresher courses of data analysts, of project managers, and all of that. So you are not just limited to your data science group on the Learn platform. But for the project, you are going to be working on your project as data scientist. You would also have a glimpse of other career paths because you are going to be working very closely with these other people. So you get to see what and how they do their jobs also. But for this program, as a data scientist, you're going to be working as a data scientist.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. You just answered my question.
All right. You are welcome. Do we have any other person? Okay, we have a couple of people. So okay, this story. Oluwatosin. Hi, Oluwatosin.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, my question is the business analysis career path or probably the training and internship, does it have or does it embed some part of data analysis in it?
Yes, it does.
That's the first question. Then the internship thing, do we just work on live project like it's just like you give us a project that we work on? Or is it that we intern under a particular company or is just like a group project?
Okay, so I'm sure I answered your first question, which you said is the business analyst, does it incorporate data analytics? Yes, it does. So for the second question, you said that sorry, you asked if we give you live projects, right?
Yes.
Or if you are working on, there's something you said, something else you said.
Yeah, there's some because I've done a BA training last year. Currently I'm writing my BCS exam. So I just want to confirm if the live project is just like a group project that you give us a project that we work on, or do we work because there's some people that offer maybe NHS projects, you work live project in the NHS, you work live project in the insurance company, or is it just like you just give us like a topic to work on as a group?
Okay, so we have project partners. We have project partners that we are partnered with, business partners, sorry, that you work on their projects. So you are not just working on any projects like capstone project or simulations and all of that. You're working on real business projects.
Okay.
You're not going to be interning in these companies. You are going to be as Amdari, and the project will be brought to you for you to work on here at Amdari. You have your team lead, you have your specialist, you have everybody that is working with you to make sure that you are able to at least work with these projects, get the other teams that you need to make sure that the project is a success. So you are not how do I put it? You are not just
Working
on
on just on the surface project like that, because the way I
no,
was
no.
the one I had last year,
Yeah,
they just give us like a random topic or a random project to work
no,
on. So
no.
it's not, when we compare the project with the everyday life experience, is quite different. So
Okay, no.
after the project, it was very hard for me to get on board on the market and job search and interview. I get to
Yeah.
interviews, I can't even defend what I've done before.
Yeah, I can imagine how that
Yeah.
feels. So what we are working on real business projects. You are going to build like a robust portfolio. You are using okay. I don't want to go too far because Joanne is still going to. She's having some challenges with joining us back.
Network. Okay.
Yes, with network and joining us back. So we have people that even that have gotten jobs with the first project that they worked on while they were at Amdari. The project is well detailed, and because you are involved in the project,
Yeah.
it's not like you are working in a real office setting. Because when you get to work in an office setting as a business analyst, you are not working alone.
Yes.
You get to work with other teams, you get to work with project managers, you get to work with data analysts, with data science, data engineers, with cyber security, with SOC analysts, depending on the particular project that is you are working on at that point in time. So that is what you are, that experience is what you are going to be getting at Amdari. You are going to be getting that hands-on, that full experience of I am working in an office space, in an office environment. When you and aside all of these projects, you are going to be prepared for interviews. You are going to get your CV revamped, your CV reviewed. You are going to be able to tailor your CV to. You are going to be taught how to tailor your CV to particular job application. So when you are in an interview, you are able to defend that project because you worked on it. You were very much involved, and it's a real business problem. It's not a capstone project. Is a real business problem. So you are able to tell them that this is what I have done. This is what I did when I faced this challenge here and there. This is how I solved it. This is how I went about this particular problem. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
get it. Yeah.
you are able to relive that experience because you have actually lived the experience, if I may say.
Okay, that's fine. Then I have like two more questions. The third question is just skip my head now. The third question is, what timing is the training? Is it on weekends? Is it during the day? Is it in the evening?
Okay, so it's not training. We don't do training, just to
The boot camp.
clarify.
Yeah.
Yes, what we do is we give you work experience. So we have what we call drop-in sessions where you
Okay.
meet with your team leads. That happens 2 times a week.
Okay.
It happens 2 times a week, and the day and the time is going to be chosen by you and your team members.
Okay.
Yeah, but aside these drop-in sessions that you have, you also still get to meet with your team members at your own convenience. You also have to put in at least 1 hour of work every day to work on your project so that you don't like pull your team members back. So that 1 hour you get to work is totally dependent on when you want to. You can decide that, I want to do this by 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. or I want to do this by 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. or by 11 p.m. depending on the time. You can say you want to do it by 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. or by 12. So depending on the time that works best for you, you can decide that, I'm going to put in this 1 hour of so and so time every day. So you need to commit at least 1 hour so that you are able to work on your projects and deliver your result.
All right, no problem. Then my
All right.
last question is the team members, maybe the software engineer, the designs and all, are they in the same location? Because one problem I had with the previous place I was coming from was
Okay.
the software engineer is in Canada, one person is in Nigeria, one person is in the US. So at times when we need to give like a thorough overview of the project we're working on at that point in time, at times time difference is like a major factor.
Okay. So yes, you have everybody working in the same location. If you are in the UK, you get team members that are in the UK.
Okay.
If you're in Canada, you get team members that are in Canada. If you're in US, you get team members that are in US. So depending on where you are located, your team members are within the same location.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, you have. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. All right. You're welcome. Hi, Charles. Is this okay? I think this is another Charles. Hi, Charles.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, thank you so much for the amazing presentation. It was very, very informative, to be fair.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So I just wanted to ask, I'm interested in the business analysis internship program.
Okay.
And then I saw it lasts between 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay. Where did you see that, first of all, before you keep going on?
Or maybe I misread it. I don't know.
You most probably, I don't want to say you did, but most likely that's what happened.
Okay. My bad then. Because that's what initially I was thinking data analytics, but from the presentation by our dear sister, I think I'm leaning more towards business analytics now.
Okay. So the program is for 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for 4 months.
Nice.
You get to work. Probably what you saw is that you get to work on about 5 to 6 projects during this period of time. So why I said 5 to 6 is because sometimes some projects might be 2 weeks, some might be 3 weeks. So depending on the project that you are working on, you get to work with at least 5 to 6 projects while you are in the program, the 4 months of the program.
Okay, beautiful. And then is it after the 3 to 4 months that we immediately start applying for jobs, or is it while we are working on the project that we can actually start the job application process?
Yeah, so you are usually encouraged by your team lead to start start applying from like 5 weeks to 6 weeks into the program. You start applying. Yes, you get your CV revamped, you get your CV. By then, you already have about 1 or 2 projects that you have already worked on. So with that, you can start applying to different job offers. So 5 to 6 weeks into the program, you start applying, you get all the support that you need, you get your CV revamp, you get your mentorship sessions, you get your career session, you get your weekly, by then you've already started your weekly interview preparation. Then if along the way you get an interview that you get an interview and you need to like show up, you can also request for a one-on-one interview preparation with your team lead. So from that period, you get I think I'm spilling too much.
No, it's good. It's fine though, because I'm thinking, because I think the next intake now is March 7, which is like a week away.
Yeah, that's next week Saturday.
And I'm someone who likes to act fast, so I think it's more or less, if someone misses this March intake, they're gonna have to wait for the April intake. Is it how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to get the details right before I register, because the role I'm currently working at, I work mainly mornings to afternoons. So around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm free until about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to see if it's something that's going to align with my current work schedule, and I think it will.
Yeah, the program is actually designed to help people that are even working, even if you are working shift jobs and all of that. we designed the program in a way that is flexible enough for you to participate fully. Yes. So you get you get your drop-in sessions, just like I said, twice in a week. You pick the time and day with your, and those drop-in sessions are, I think, about 1 to 2 hours, 2 hours maximum. So that's what's for 2 times a week at you and your team members' day and time. So that's, then you also have to put in at least 1 hour of work every day, so that you are able to work on your project. But that 1 hour is dependent on you. You pick the time. You can decide you want to do it early in the morning, late at night, in the afternoon, depending on what you want. So yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And then finally, in terms of the hardware specifications, like a Dell laptop with Windows 10 should get the job sorted, shouldn't it?
Yes, you should. You don't need a very high end laptop, if I may put it at that. But yes, that would do it.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Charles. I hope to see you on the upboarding on March 7th.
Okay. Would we be sent a link after this? Because I took part in the poll or something, the Zoho form. I filled the form. Will we be sent a link on how to go about enrolling, or can we just go directly to the website and enroll?
Okay, I would actually drop the enrollment form on this. I will drop the enrollment form on the.
Yay, Joanne is back.
Oh, okay. Hi, Joanne. I'm almost taking over your session.
You went to go and drink tea.
Thank you so much. The weirdest of time, my system decided to update. I apologize. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for holding forth. I really appreciate that. I'll just listen to all the feedback and all that, and I'm like, I have the best colleague. Forget you can never imagine. You just need to get on board the system to get to experience all of that. So do we have more questions that have not been resolved or answered before we proceed? We're supposed to have a Q&A. Thank you so much, Modupe. We're supposed to have a Q&A for later, but let's just quickly finish up what we want to do today so that we have enough time to do our Q&A, all right? I hope we've been able to answer the previous questions that we all had. I hope my colleague is able to answer that.
Yes,
okay,
I
that's
think
very good.
we still have Muyiwa to ask his question.
Okay.
And then
no problem. I'm gonna
run through. Yeah.
Don't worry, we're almost done. All right. So we can quickly take that. All right. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay. Oh, we've gone really far. That's good. That's good. Okay. Okay, we've looked at share my screen on tab. Who remembers where we stopped? Today I will know how many of us have been following. Okay, I think this is where we stopped, right? Yes, this is where we stopped. Okay. So we're looking at the feedback and experience from previous consultants that have worked with us. So this is one saying that the interview preparation section made meaningful difference. All right, so these are some of the things you get to experience when you get on board our program. Okay, so this is our weekly mentorship, because I remember I had somebody asking what time was the sections and all of that, but of course that has been answered. Weekly mentorship and mock interview sections make your job ready. So now let's look at some of the success stories that we have had. because we've had a lot of them. Okay, so this is Darlington. Who is Darlington? Darlington joined Amdari Work Experience Internship and he landed a senior role in the UK. Okay, so when we share the link, when we share this slide link to us, you get to see and hear from Darlington yourself. So you get to know what his experience was like. Okay, and you can also connect with Darlington. For those of us that may be doubting that maybe we just got some people to come and give us reviews and all of that, you can always reach out to him to hear from him specifically. So this is Lanre. So Lanre found the interview challenging at first. She lacked the experience to speak with confidence. Through Amdari on the job support, she built her skills and went on to secure a BA role within her organization. You know, in most organizations, there are usually internal openings that you can leverage to be able to land roles and be able to transition. So it's not a must that you're always looking outward to get this transition, right? So you can also get the information inward. So now here we have Francis. So Francis also got a job. He got a job as I think he's a project manager also. Yes, yeah, a project manager role. This is Francis. So once this link is sent to us, you'll be able to see it. He currently works with Deloitte, and he was able to land these roles because he came on board the training that we've had. So this is another success story. This is Anita. Anita joined our business analysis work experience program in August and got a job in September. So you see, you don't have to wait like long term before you can start applying for roles. Even after finishing your first project, you can start applying for roles. All right. The more you apply, the more you get to also build your interview skills. But we also hope that for every interview you go for, you land the roles. All right. So you don't have to wait until the program is ended before you can start applying. Okay. So this is Toyin. So Toyin aced a very tough interview thanks to Amdari's reference. So the reference letter she got made her land the role. So in most cases, you might go for the interview and you'll do very well in the interview. And then when the request for reference, it becomes a problem. So whereby you're unable to get like a detailed reference, you might end up losing it. All right. So would you mind waiting for me to be through before we start looking at the questions? Everyone that their hands are up, I would really appreciate that. Okay. Or best bet, drop a message on the chat. So I'll just look at it quickly while I'm doing the presentation, so we can have enough time for our Q&A. Okay. So this is another success story. This is Okpe. Okpe secured her first tech role as a data analyst by leveraging the project she completed at Amdari. So despite that, graduating with a distinction in a master's degree, Okpe kept getting ghosted by hiring managers due to the lack of experience. Because she didn't have experience, she kept getting ghosted. So what are the tools we'll be looking at in the course of us working on this, working as business analysts and also as project managers? So we'll be using tools like Excel, SQL, Jira, also ChatGPT, Power BI, Draw.io, Notion, and so many other tools. So we tend to update this information. So for every new tool that comes on board, we get you prepared for them through hands-on experience working with these tools. So what are the job titles that you can apply for when you get on board our work experience training for business analysis? So you can land roles as business analyst, as business data analyst, as process analyst, as functional analyst, as business system analyst, operations analyst, requirement analyst, system analyst, business process improvement analyst, change management analyst, and then the experience you need or the experience needed to land all of those roles are what? Technology experience, which you will get in the course of this training, requirement gathering and analysis, process modeling and improvement, data analysis and reporting, stakeholder management, agile and scrum experience, documentation and communication, knowledge of business and technical environment, working with cross-functional teams, problem solving, critical thinking, and being proactive, which is some of the things that you are already doing. Okay, so for project management, some of the tools that we get to use in the course of our project is what? ClickUp, Confluence, Jira, Trello, Notion, and so many other tools. As you get to work on the project, if new tools come up, we tend to keep you up to speed so that you're not thrown out because you are you are not up to date when it comes to this information. So we try as much as possible to get you up to speed as fast as possible. Okay. And then the job titles that you'll be looking out for if you get on board our project management training include Agile Project Management, Project Scrum Master Consultant, Agile Project Managers, Agile Coach, Technical Scrum Masters again, then Scrum Team Facilitator, and Lead Agile Coach. So you are not just restricted to searching for project management roles. When you tap all of these other search, you'll be able to see opportunities and openings in this field. Then what are the experience you need? Technology experience, which you're going to get in the course of the work experience training. Then the project planning and scheduling, budgeting and resource allocation, risk and issue management, stakeholders and team management, agile and waterfall methodologies, project delivery and closure, knowledge of business and technical environment, problem solving, critical thinking, and being proactive. Like I said, you have been doing this. Okay. Another thing you get to benefit from getting on board our training is the work experience or work reference that you get that helps you to be able to seal every job opening or job application that you have successfully conquered. All right. So we'll see what interns are saying about some of our coaches. So someone says, Soma, you are an amazing tutor, a leader, and a shoulder to lean on. Thank God we still access you. Thank you for this platform. So another person says, Amdari is a trustworthy company that keeps to her word. I was amazed when Soma said this is coming to an end. So another person says, here's to say special thank you to Emeka, our amazing coach in data analytics. Coach Emeka, I still feel like hugging you through phone. So this internship helps you build experience, and then the coaches help you build your confidence. All right. So why Amdari consultants thrive better in the job markets is what? They had a controlled and low risk environment to work in. So here you're working in cross-functional teams, not just your team that you're working in. You're working across board also. You have mastered the industry training, industry tools rather, Jira, Power BI, and every other tool that you'll be needing. Then you've gained hands-on experience with projects. You've gotten feedback from experienced professionals, and then you have a portfolio filled with the real project that you worked on, and then you've also received a global recognition reference letter. So with all of this, you're good to go into the job market. So our next cohort will be starting on the 7th of March. For those of you that would want to get on board the system, there is still time between now and 7th of March, so you don't get to miss out on the experience or the opportunity to transition seamlessly with somebody holding your hand. All right. So this the next cohort that is coming on, we have limited slots. All right. The limited slots in the different career fields that we offer, like I already clearly stated earlier, data analytics, data sciences, data engineering, business analysis, project management, product design, DevOps, ethical hacking, governance, risk and compliance, then cloud application support. And you're not paying the full amount if you have to get on board now. You're paying a discounted amount of £390 as against £500 on a 40% discount with multiple payment installments available. With as little as £100, you can start journey. So it depends on whether you get on board today to be able to key into this discount opportunity, because it is very, very limited, and I would not want any of you to miss it if you decide to get on board this training. And for those that will be looking forward to getting on board and coming into business analysis, I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. I'm looking forward to meeting you and holding your hand through the journey alongside my other specialized specialists. Yes, we are specialized in our different fields, and we are experienced in this field because we've been doing this over and over again, and we are here to help you through the journey. All right. Yes, I know I don't need to ask if we have questions because we have a lot of questions. I'm seeing a lot of hands. This slide will be sent to everyone. Please do well to fill the attendance sheet that is on the chat so that you can get access to it. Onyi, are you saying something or that's a mistake? Okay, let me first mute you. When we decide what you're saying, we'll know. All right. So Charles, your hand is up first, then Oyelami. Yes, Charles, go ahead. Hi, Charles. Is this old hand?
I think it's old hand, Joanne. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Yes, Oyelami, your hand is up. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
Please,
Yes,
can
I
you hear
can hear
me?
you clearly. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. All right. As job description says that you need to be living in the UK before you can get hired. So how do we go about can you please
You need to be
clarify?
in the UK before you can get hired. That's not true. That's not true. You don't need to live in the UK to get hired. Okay. There are open remote roles. So long as your CV matches the experience they're looking for and you have the experience, you will get a role. You will land it. All right. Yes, we know that there are some opportunities that have like they will clearly state it that you need to be based in the UK, but that's not all. That's not true for all of them. Okay. And you also another thing you get an opportunity to have access to is a list of job boards, and also we have other services that can help you with matching your CVs to the available opportunities. And also we have like a sister service that helps you apply for those roles, help you get the interviews. But of course, like I said, it's a sister company, and these are many more of the informations are what you will get when you get on board the system. All right. So do not restrict yourself to saying you have to be in the UK to get a remote job. No, that's not true. Okay. So please, if
All
that
right.
is the notion you've been carrying, please straight away. It is not true. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Yes, Olumuyiwa, your hand is up. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
So thank you for this wonderful presentation.
You're welcome.
So I used to be a financial analyst, right? And now I'm trying to transit into data science. So the
Okay.
issue is, you mentioned you talked about cross-sectional themes and working together in a unit and all those things. I believe when I used to work as a financial analyst, I have these issues with teams not giving me my input. So I want to know, are you saying we're also going to be getting input from other teams for us to like work on our own, like to carry out our own duties?
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, you're asking if you will get input from other team members before you can carry out your work. Yes.
Like
So there's an
from,
aspect of okay,
I mean,
do you want to go ahead?
from the business analyst team, the project management team, and all those things.
Yes. So one of the kind of project that you get to work on is cross-functional. It's called cross-functional in the sense that you as a business, you said you want to come into data scientist, right? So
Yeah.
if you're working as a data scientist and you're working on a project, of course you work alongside a project manager, you work alongside a business analyst in most cases, and then depends on other team members that you're having to work with. All right. So because it is cross-functional, and if you are working in an organization, you're not going to be working in isolation. You will need this information from the different team because you are all solving the project problem. Okay. So if you've had experience where other team members are stalling your, should I call it stalling your progress now because they're not responding to you on time as regards getting information from them to help you do your work,
Yeah.
you have to find a way around it. That is why stakeholder management skills, everybody needs to learn how to do that, how to use it. It is not just a skill for business analysts and project managers. You have to learn to work in a team, and you have to learn to find a way to get the information you need from your team to deliver. So now let me paint a scenario of that team of your organization now that you were talking about, that you said you were working with other team members and you're not getting the information you need on time, right? So if you're asking an information from somebody that is overwhelmed with his own work, when you come, they don't see it as that you want to solve your problem. They see you as you are the problem itself, because you are the one disturbing them from moving forward. All right. But if you come and you're saying, let me help you remove the one that's what can I help you do? All right. What can I help you do to help to reduce the workload on your own desk? First of all, they see you as somebody that wants to come and help them reduce their problem, right? And then when you are coming with that like you're coming with that open hand, if you ask any information from them, it becomes easy for you to get it. Okay? Because they know that, yes, this is a win-win situation. It is not a case of you are just collecting. Because if they give you those information that you need, you're going to deliver your job. and their own task that they have pending, they've not finished it, but they've helped you solve your own. So they would rather sit and finish their own before they even answer you. But how do you get those things faster? Help them, if it's something that you can help them finish their work or help them reduce their workload so that you can get what you want. But the end goal is make sure you get what you want. But do it in a way that it comes out as a win-win situation for everybody. So that's how you work as, like, that's how you build your stakeholder management skills, because you cannot work alone if you're working on a project. Okay, and you will have difficult stakeholders and you must find a way to work. All right? Muyiwa, does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you. And I just want to say maybe you can also, maybe you guys can also include parts like agentic AI, and I mean, I think it's gonna be nice to have something like that maybe later in the future.
All right, no problem. So our courses are not cast in stone. We respond to the market and we respond to all of the information and requests that is currently happening in the market. So yes, that is really, really being considered. All right, thank you very much for that feedback. Olumiwa, do I have any other questions from any other person on the call? And we look forward to you filling the form. We look forward to having everyone on board and to also give everyone a wonderful experience so that your transition journey would be one whereby you're moving from the fence into the career path that you're looking to get into. All right. So like I said earlier, this link will be sent to everyone. Please ensure you fill the form that is attached. And if you need to get on board the program, there is an opportunity for you to key in just by paying £100 for a start. Okay. So I look forward to everyone joining us on this journey. Do we have any questions before we call it a wonderful evening? Okay, there's a question. Yes, Fidelis, go ahead, please. Is it Fidelis or Grace that the hand is up? Okay, Fidelis, please go ahead. Your hand is up. Please go ahead. Hello, Fidelis. We are waiting for you.
Can you hear me now, please?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Please go ahead.
Yeah. As regards the other field, like these DevOps, SOC analysts, and ethical hacking, and the rest, you know, when you explain about the project management, data analyst, and the business analyst, it seems to be related. When you solve the problem, there's a linkage between those programs, whereby while solving the problem, you can gain experience of data analysis while dealing with business analysts and that kind of thing. So, as regards the DevOps thing and the SOC analysts, ethical hacking, and the rest, I know SOC analysts and ethical hacking, they are kind of related. What is the operation like? And
what is the operation? What do
you mean? I mean, you see, when you explain about the work experience, the internship thing, right? They are interrelated in case of business analysts and data analysts and project management, right? That when you are dealing with a project, you know, the advantage is that the experience can rub off on you, right? And can gain cross experience among all of them. So I want you to run through the SOC analyst and the ethical hacking and the rest. Can one have a cross experience while doing that, or is on case by case basis?
Okay, unfortunately, I would not be in the best position to answer that question because that is not my field. All right, but we have videos. If you just go to our Amdari website, right, we have videos that have addressed questions and experiences on SOC and ethical hacking. So just go to our Amdari website and our Amdari page on YouTube. Okay, you would be able to watch videos on that to give you clarity. Okay, but one thing is certain. Right now, all the roles rub off on each other. Do you understand? Every single role rubs off on each other. There's no one that is done in isolation, because if we have to deliver a project, we must ensure that we comply strictly, one, to the regulatory authorities, and another regulatory authority that we have to comply with is data privacy. Do you understand? And we have to ensure that our system is so secured in the sense that in people that should not have access to the information are not having access to it. So whereby we have to implement a role-based access. Do you understand? So these are some of the things that the SOC ethical analysts and the rest of them, those are some of the things that they look out for. And for us as business analysts, if we have to deliver a project, we must take that into consideration. Because if we solve a problem and we expose the entire system to fraud, we did not solve the problem. We only worsened it. Do you understand? So you see why everybody needs to come together and work in sync to ensure that every project is delivered seamlessly, on time, on budget, and within scope. All right? I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Very well. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. So do we have any other questions from anyone? Before we call it a night, the link for the payment has been dropped on the group. Yes, Amdari Group, you have the floor.
Yeah, please. What if somebody that doesn't have any experience for project management? And the person.
What if what? Oh, sorry. Who is speaking, please?
Yeah, it's very great. I said, what if somebody that doesn't have experience for project management and they want to transit to tech?
Oh, yes, you can
help.
Yes, yes. The internship is the best place for you to be, so that you don't, how do I put it? Like, we drive you in on a step-by-step, bit-by-bit basis. So it's not like we are throwing you into the deep and you're confused and all of that. No, we hold your hand through the journey. So you get to see what actually happens in the real world scenario. And you get to even realize that even on your regular, everyday, day-to-day life, you have been doing project management. Do you understand? So we tend to help you bring this clarity to life and also help your transition journey work seamlessly. So yes, anybody that has not worked as a project manager can get on board and transition, and also land a role, not just transition. All right?
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Yes, Amdari Growth.
How many months?
How many months is the program? It's 4 months. 4.
4 months. Okay.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Yes. And would that be all from you or from all of us? So Amdari Growth, you have the floor. Please go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much for that presentation, Joanne. So we have a couple of links on the chat. So if you're looking to secure your spot before the internship starts next week, Saturday, you can use the payment link. And this discount is not open up until March 7th. So it's open for today and tomorrow, which is Friday. So after Friday, the discount ends and it goes back to £500. If you also have any other question, you have further questions that have not been answered on this call, I also dropped a link to book clarity. You can book a clarity session with professionals, with experts who can guide you and also give you deep understanding, or like a deep roadmap based on you yourself. So if you're looking to speak to a professional, you want to seek more clarity, you can use the link that I dropped in the chat to book for clarity. If you're looking to secure your spot, you can secure it with £100. You can also use the link that I dropped in the chat to make payment. Also, you also have the opportunity to make a full-time payment and you get extra discount. So instead of £390, you get to pay £350. And still, the time slot for this is ending tomorrow, which is Friday. So after Friday, our price goes back to normal and the cohort starts on March 7th. So thank you very much, Joanne. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone on the call. We really appreciate just your time, and we look forward to having you key into the opportunity and get on board your transition journey. All right. So from me to you is have a good evening. I look forward to seeing everyone on the journey. Bye for now.